Hey guys, let's talk about captions. We should be getting to the point where you're fine-tuning your page. Pictures are placed, and hopefully you're in the process of writing captions. So there are 3 types of captions. Every photo should have at least one caption type, and the easiest is going to be your identification caption. On the top of your spreads, we have all of these pictures on the upper right. And so there's some white rectangles and text blocks already in place for you. The first thing I would say we need to think about is the font style. The font that comes on the page is Ebony. That is not the font we've chosen for our book. We've chosen Craft Gothic. So one of the things you're going to have to do is highlight the text, go up to your choices, and you're going to choose, we had put that we were going to do Craft Gothic Extended for our captions. I'm afraid on these little guys up at the top, that's just going to be too big. So I think I might recommend you go down to regular Craft Gothic. And so then we're going to populate the 2 students in this picture. Their names are going to go right here. For the top row, what I would recommend you do is add a white rectangle first across the bottom of the picture and then create the text box on top. So if I go up to this picture of Haley, I'm going to go over to the art, choose shapes, choose square or rectangle, and just drag it to where you want it to go. And then I'm going to resize it to fit my picture. So, whoops, not the thing I wanted to grab. Let's try it from this side. So you're going to pull that to match up with the edge of your photo. Same with the other side. Oh, keep moving that lovely lady. Let me do that instead. Okay, so I'm going to pull that over to Haley's picture. I'm going to bring up the bottom, bring down the top. And make it about the same height as the one below. And I'm going to get nitpicky about this stuff being aligned properly if you want to zoom in more to make sure the picture's not showing on either side. Now when you create that shape, it's creating it in gray, so I'm going to switch it to white so it matches the others. And then I'm ready to add my text block. So I go to Text, Caption, and drag that over to where I want it to go. And so right now your captions are set up for 10-point Craft Gothic Extended. Again, I'm going to change that to regular old Craft Gothic. And 6, 8, or 10 is your font size for a caption. 10 is going to be too big here, so I'm just going to switch it to a 6. And then if I know that this is Haley, but I don't know how Haley spells her name, we have this wonderful Caption Perfect tool up here that I want you to get in the habit of using. So when I'm highlighting my text block, I click on the icon, and then I can start typing Haley's name. It pops up, I click on it, and it populates it right into my caption for me. And then if you wanted to add her class, you could do that. There's no punctuation on an identification caption, right? It's just the name, full name, first and last. So that caption would be done, except I need to center yeah, that looks better. Okay, so that one's done. So then for this particular picture, there are too many names to name. We could put a white rectangle and just say, 3 groups or stunting or whatever you want that caption to be. Same thing here. We can't identify all those people in a little white box, but we could definitely do this one. We could definitely do this one. So work your way through these pictures up at the top. Oops, and add your captions for all of those guys. Okay, then if we look at another section of the sports spreads, we have this module right here, a cluster of 4 pictures. And so we removed the scorecard information. This is a great place for extended captions where you're doing a lead-in, a present tense sentence, a past tense sentence, and then maybe a direct quote from your survey. There's plenty of space there. We could do captions for these 4 pictures. Although usually the rule is you don't put more than 3 captions stacked on top of each other. So again, you do have your white rectangle here. We could ID this person here, identify Cam here, add rectangles here for these 3 ladies and these 4, but everybody needs to be identified, whether it's here or here and here. So that would be those guys. Down here, the Octavia and Sky are doing a nice job of using their quotes. I would hope that Nayli and Ava are in these pictures. If not, and they're up here, just think about trying to put the quote close to the photograph of the person who said it, if you can do that. We could introduce white rectangles across the bottom here to identify the girls, or just write a summary caption of what's happening. But again, as much as possible, we need to identify the people in the pictures. On this page, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos. This is an excellent place to identify or write summary captions for these 2 pictures. For this picture, I might add a white rectangle. For these 2 pictures, you could write about them here. I think for these 2, instead of listing the names, you could talk about what stunt they're doing or what game they were at and have it be more of just a summary caption instead of naming all the names. And then last but not least, I think we already did a video on, sorry, I'll put the Ava back where she was, how to do your team caption. So this is looking good. I see row 1 and all the people from left to right. Row 2, left to right. First and last name. The only thing I'm noticing here is Haley's last name spelled wrong, so they must not have been using Caption Perfect. If you're not sure on the spelling, these are underlined in red. I would double check them with the Caption Perfect. Okay. One other thing I am noticing is that this is still in ebony, so you would want to highlight all your text and switch it over. You could either try the Craft Gothic Extended, or if the rest of your page, and this is 8 font, so that's actually fitting pretty well. I might put a space between row 1 and row 2, and then the coach specifically asked us to do this for this picture because I think somebody was in quarantine and somebody was sick that day. But anyway, that's looking pretty good. We could try it in just regular Craft Gothic. I think that probably looks better if everything else is in Craft Gothic. So get used to changing your font style, get used to using Caption Perfect, add text blocks wherever you need to make sure that all your photos are captioned. And honestly, I would probably change this white rectangle up to match the photograph there, just as a design element. Okay, I think that's it about captions. I'm not going to hit save and everything I did will disappear, so don't panic, Sky and Octavia. But that's your tip on writing captions for your page and getting them ready for turn-in on Friday.